I don't know what that says for us bankers, but that's a school of thought. So if you really, really want to create wealth, I would suggest that you continue along this path. But what you learn from a competition like this will certainly go a long way to course your future, chart the course for your future. Skill sets like problem solving, flexibility, adaptability, taking initiative, self-awareness, and resilience are all skills learned in a competition such as this and can give you a competitive edge if you choose to go into your own business or even if you seek employment on the job market. I think we all know the success stories of businesses started by college kids. Businesses such as Google, Facebook, and Microsoft. But interestingly, I think a number of persons in here would also have examples of success stories in your own communities. At Scotiabank, youth development is one of our key focus. And this is why we get involved in activities and initiatives such as this. And I pause here again to recognize the DBJ for the great work you're doing and the PSOJ in this regard. We see small and micro enterprises as a mainstay for our economy. Each business opened has the potential to impact GDP, to employ other persons, and generate new incomes. We have seen successful businesses that have sprung out of this competition. We are pleased to be able to support the young people behind these initiatives, and that's why at Scotiabank we have partnered with the DBJ for the last 3 years. It is because we know how important it is to promote the creative and innovative thinking of students. It is our mandate to build the private sector. And at Scotiabank, we have been doing this for over 100 years. We have contributed to the growth and development of the business sector through flexible financing, business development programs, and other programs, such as including this National Business Model Competition. But we haven't stopped here. We're also focused on capacity building of businesses and have developed our Scotiabank Vision Achiever program, which provides each year for 25 SMEs the opportunity to benefit from a 17-week business transformational experience. Again and again, we have seen how these businesses have mushroomed, having been exposed to this program. And in fact, one business which participated in this program was a winner in this competition in 2015. In closing, and I've kept it tight, in closing, Scotiabank remains committed to supporting our customers to be better off. And we are playing our part in supporting the communities in which we live and work. We are very proud to be sponsors of this entrepreneurship competition. Congratulations to all the participants for making it to the finals. And even those persons who never made it to the finals, you're all winners. I look forward to hearing and sharing in your successes in the future and being your banker of choice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Audrey. And again, to our sponsors, thank you. And we will see you all next year. Bigger and better. Dr. Kingsley R. Chin has an inimitable combination of life experiences, from humble beginnings in Jamaica to the best Ivy League education and training at Columbia University, Harvard Medical School, and the University of Pennsylvania. With business exposure at Fortune 500 companies like AT&T Bell Labs, Arthur Andersen Consulting, Goldman Sachs, and Cigna Insurance. He has over 10 years of experience as a CEO, and he has raised and deployed over $190 million in capital. His unique career in healthcare technology has spanned over 28 years. Dr. Chin is the embodiment of finding ways to succeed against all odds and being a quick study. He's a fanatic about time management and organization. Dr. Chin learned an important lesson when the internet bubble burst in 2000, amid launching the first internet-based healthcare distant learning company, MediWeb.com, which Dr. Chin founded with 2 MIT software engineers. He bounced back with his invention of medical devices, starting several more healthcare companies, including Mantis Inc., a less invasive pedicle screw technology company, which he sold to Stryker in a multi-million-dollar deal in 2005. Flush with capital, he founded KIC Ventures. Dr. Chin made the bold decision to remain an actively practicing board-certified orthopedic and spine surgeon because of the unique perspective it provides in understanding the market and making investment decisions, which no other investment firm leadership is capable of today. He has 40+ patents, has treated over 25,000 patients, completed over 5,000 procedures, published over 80 peer-reviewed articles, and is a professor and public speaker who dedicates 2 days each week to seeing patients, a full day to surgery, and 24/7 to the business of medicine. To Dr. Chin, leadership is empowering a team to make the impossible possible. Dr. Chin's ethos is embodied in the KIC acronym KIC Ventures. Acquire the necessary knowledge, take strategic initiatives, and close. He believes he owes it to society to achieve the greatest level of success humanly possible every day. I had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Chin recently at one of our events, and it is my honor to welcome and introduce him to you today. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kingsley Chin.
I just noticed this business right here on the side of the street, and I thought, this is the fundamental of the business. So I'm going to go speak with her. Her name is Khadisha. Khadisha, you're with your daughter, Tonya. Good morning. Tell me about your business. Very easy, right? So, how much for a banana? 300-400. So it's like $30 banana, right? All right. Now you're with your daughter. So you're doing the babysitting. You don't have to pay someone to babysit, right? All right. So you were selling clothes before, right? You said you were getting a fight. It was hard. Getting a fight is hard. So you decided to what? Wish you was a change, right? That's what you told me. You wanted a change. So you let people, you have to be nimble, you have to be flexible. Right? And she's right here on the side of the street in Jamaica. Small business. This is the doctor. We're here. Motivation. You don't have to have one of those buildings over there to start business. Right? Look at that guy over there by the car. You gotta get up, get going. Go get it, go get it.
Hello, Jamaica. Appreciate the applause. So let me ask you a question. Raise your hand, everyone that's a CEO in here. OJ, let me see the camera. Check it out, if you can. So what do you say? 25% of you raised your hand. About that right? 30%? Okay. What do you think about Kadisha? CEO, right? CEO. Well, tell you what. I became a CEO at 15 years old. 15. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that, and I'm going to ask you the question again. At 15, I was made a deal by the headmaster of my high school, my mentor, Lloyd Chin Bungi. And he said, Kingsley, I heard you were a big-time football player. How come you're not coming out for the team? I said, because I live in Buff Bay and the team is in Port Antonio. I went to Titchfield High School. I said, you know, the last bus leave before training finish. So he said, all right, tell you what, I'm going to make you a deal. Why don't you move in with me, right? You live here so you can train. I said, wow, sounds like a good deal, but I'm 15. Let me go talk to my mother. That's when I found out my mother really wanted to get rid of me. At least it wasn't a reform school, right? So my mother, before I even finished, went and packed up my grip, put the Betty milk in it and some sardine and something and some clothes and said, go on, go do it. So at 15, I became CEO of me. So let me ask you again. How many people in here are CEOs? All right, let me see the camera, OJ. Every one of you is the CEO of yourself. Here's the problem. How are you going to be running yourself when you don't even know how to do it? So we were given the job to be CEO of yourself. And you've been lucky if you were mentored from your baby by your parents or whoever else through some system until you got to the point where you could actually be CEO of a company. Then you're CEO of other people. You're always CEO of yourself. You're always trying to manage yourself. And when you fail, the consequences are severe. Prison. You get shot. You get into bankruptcy. You get into drama relationships. Think about how many things are coming at you every day as the CEO of you. So before you start talking about entrepreneurship, before you start talking about how you're going to run companies, before you start talking about how you're going to be rich, you better start waking up and realize that you're CEO already of you. And every time I say that, I realize people all of a sudden, whoa, you're falling asleep until I come on the scene. You wake up. Being CEO of you is the hardest CEO job you'll ever have. If you don't believe me, go read Trump right now. There's no hole big enough for him to climb into. So all the things we're doing in darkness, what them say? I gotta come to light. Bob Marley said that. So when you're CEO of you, you have to find out how you can be doing the job 24/7. How many hours you sleep? How much you're reading? What are you reading? What are you putting in this computer? So nothing is wrong with university. But while you're there, you got to figure out you're CEO of you. Whatever you do is so that you can become an entrepreneur, which is how you become the CEO of other people. That's why I'm here. I asked Pauline, what should I talk about? Well, I bring your A game. All right, it's here. I'm bringing my reality check to you. So at 15, I became the CEO of me, and I had to start making decisions. I didn't meet my dad until I was 27 years old. I bought my ticket to go find him. He was shocked to see me. How are you know, I don't know if he needed me to do a DNA test because he has no way to tell that I'm really his son. Thought I was lying. You really my son? Let me check to see if you look like me. So I had to be CEO of me at 15, which meant I had to start making decisions. I had to start thinking about what am I going to do. And there are 3 words that I want you to learn if you're going to be CEO of you. Survive, evolve, and thrive. You're always trying to survive. You're never out of survival mode. The day you get bossy enough and the day you get around the wrong people, the day you start getting distracted, you're going to fail. Survival means I don't care how much money you have in the bank, I don't care your title, you're always thinking today could be the day when I lose it all. You never stop surviving. Evolve. Listen to Jamil, one of the best singers I'm following right now. Every one of them sung them murder. Right? But this one, I could play 3 or 4 more. He's talking about what I'm saying, telling you. He's talking about that. It takes time. So anybody feels say you can leave here tomorrow and blow up. That's not going to work. It just takes time. You have to give yourself time to evolve. You have to, over time, find your way and make the changes, right? Come to the fork in the road. Go down the wrong one, come back and start again. So you have to evolve. You have to change. What did she say? May I get a fight to sell clothes? May I have to go sell banana? She didn't give up. You have to evolve. You cannot evolve if you don't give yourself time. If you don't change in your environment. You can't find anything new in your life or stand in one place. How are you going to do that? Look down at your shoes all day? Look up at the sky and pray for something to happen, like manna for fall, a Bible thing that. You have to be on the move. One of the best things that happened to me was I got a football scholarship in the United States, which meant that I had a new environment. I had to adapt to it. First night I land, they introducing me. Nobody can understand what I say. I come from Buffy, I can't talk English. What you say? Yeah, man, I pay, yeah, man. Like, why you keep saying yeah, man to me? First job, washing dishes in the back of a cafeteria. Send home $5 a month to my mother. You have to change your environment. Don't boast if you never left Kingston. Don't tell me, right, how much you already know it. You haven't even traveled the world. You haven't been tested. How many here has started a business and failed? So go talk to them people after you're done if you feel like you already made it. And when you have established yourself and you've learned a lot about life and business, and you have secured your infrastructure and the processes, a lot of things I can't go into here. Read my books or go read other people's books. You're going to get to the point where you're thriving. You're Michael Leachin. You're Butch Stewart. Right? You can, then that's thriving. That's, you're blowing up. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. So you're going to remember SET. Always remember that after today. Put up your hand if you're an entrepreneur. All right, I'm going to tell you another story and then tell me, I'm going to ask you again. OJ, you get this done. So remember this, an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is like Kadisha. You're willing to live a life that most people would never choose to live. Boy, I'm not sleep enough. I'm always a hustle. Him not go to the party and him have to leave early. Him come late and leave early. Him a drive a little beat up car. You're living the life today that most people don't want to live. But what happens? You're going to get the rewards and live the life that they can never live. It's Friday. I'm here giving you a speech. Can you take a day off? I was here since yesterday. Fly down your wife and kids? You can do that? You want to look at my schedule? All over the world? We're going? Where do we go? Singapore, India, a bunch of places. I'll forget. I don't even check my schedule. I have a whole team. Right? Why? Because you don't know how many nights from Buff B I struggle. I have to pass whole level 2. I have to pass here level 2. So nobody know about a cow down education. And nobody's saying that. But that you're not getting your education to get a job. You're getting your education to do the things that you love. So, appreciate that. So now listen to this. You're going to be an entrepreneur, and so you're going to understand why do you want to be an entrepreneur. You better understand that. And I'm going to talk about what you need to do and how you're going to succeed. That's it. Then we're done. Why do you want to be an entrepreneur? I'll tell you why I wanted to. So when I was a little kid, going to Buff Bay Primary, I used to walk home. And I used to stop at the supermarket my mom worked at. She wrapped the flour and the sugar and all that stuff. And I walked through, the Asian family was there. They're always nice to me. And I go hang out with my mother, do some homework with her, and watch her sitting there doing all that. After a while, I understood what this meant. It meant that she was doing something, getting paid for it, and using that money to give me a chance to be better. That's why I do this. How many people can I make do the same thing my mother did for me? I live on the beach in Fort Lauderdale. 3-story house. Can't miss it. Ask him for the one Jamaican that live around there. I don't need to do this if I'm all about me. I won't tell you how many cars I have and how much I make. It's irrelevant. I'm past counting that right now. I need to count and just keep track of it. But I want to be counting every person that I'm going to help. Because that's what's important now. The vision of my mom sitting there, cut off a little cheese and teeth if somebody can't eat it, is why I do this. I want everyone to be employed. How can you have people, able-bodied, not employed? How would you like to be that person? How do you eat? What self-esteem do you have? That's the problem we have. We have excess in the world, but governments and countries find a way to make it hard for everyone to benefit. And in the end, hurting themselves. If everyone is employed, everybody that's rich today is 10 times richer. But when you control the resources, when you make it about power, when you make it about, I'm going to help who help me, and that's how it's going to be. Or you're afraid of losing power, so you don't want to make everyone too smart. That's the problem we have in our country. So that's the why. It's the love for my mother. It's the respect that I wanted to gain from not having a father. I wanted to one day said, I gained respect. But after a while, I stopped doing it to prove it to him because he was a ghost. I started doing it for my self-respect. And then I wanted to do it for honor. I wanted my country, who invested in me, gave me a free education at Titchfield, to one day honor it. I want to honor this country, so I'm working hard trying to do it. It's why I take planes everywhere. It's why I'm working so hard to learn, to make relationships, so that I can be of value to this country. That's what drives me. That's why I would take a bullet for the honor I need to bring this country. That's what's driving me. If you develop those, the love, and by the way, you think you love Jamaica? You think you love the people in your life? You think you love your car?